getting items to out for the marketing show. Yeah, Federico has very efficiently put his what they call items up in advance. Matt, were there any items that you particularly wanted to cover today?
No, just I guess the newsletter.
Sure, we'll add that. Let me there. So I think Blandine is on her way. Just put that in there. Okay, so Matt.
It's not even me responsible, but
Wait a second.
I'm not even responsible for it, but
you're more than welcome to raise it. That's a perfectly valid thing to do. Blandine is also here. Hey, Blandine, how are you doing?
Fine.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Did you have any items for the agenda today?
No. Not today, no. I'm watching Buffer to familiarize myself, and that's all.
Oh, you're watching the videos from the design sprint. Great, great. And I was just going to, there we go, let's see, over here and get, I think, my list of items from last time that I was, where's that all gone? Just had it, there we go. Right, yes. So, let's just go through, so outstanding items. I have now managed to get the AV logo into the HLP site. So I'm very pleased about that. Oh, and Lara, hey Lara. How are you doing? No audio from Lara at the moment. We'll just carry on going through this. So Federico, you and I have got this working out the time and date for the podcast's publication. Now, were you telling me you were planning to work on that on Saturday? Is that right?
That is correct.
All right, that's good to hear. Shame I can't join you. You know, I think whether you record it or not, I mean, ultimately that's up to you. Like for me, if I'm ever doing something that is, you know, I might find difficult to replicate in the future, I would always just like record it. You know, no pressure. I guess my concern is that, you know, are we maybe burning too much of your time on this? Is there too much like me reminding time over? I mean, we could just go to somebody like Podcast Motor and pay them to do it, and maybe that would be simpler and easier.
How much do they charge?
I haven't looked, but I mean, I went originally to Mandy, who does the Credit and Code, and that was far more expensive than we could.
So wasn't that 1,000?
It was like 1,000. Yeah, it was, which is
a month.
Yeah, no, 1,000. I think was it 1,000 per month or 1,000 per episode? I think actually. Okay. So you know, just and then she's obviously an amazingly good. I mean, but you did an amazing job on the first one. I thought that was extremely professional.
Yeah.
But
so I think we figured it out. Just pay me 1,000 a month or an episode.
Well, I think you could certainly start charging that. We just wouldn't be able to. You've skilled up to the point we can't afford your services. So we just got to work harder to earn more money to make sure that you get compensated for these things.
No, I'll do it for free, forever.
Oh wow! Hey, well, good job we're recording, and we've got that on tape now. But you know, well, I think I'd like to move it to the point ultimately where everybody gets reasonable compensation so that they can keep being involved. Anyway, we'll see. I'm going to be away next week. Very much look forward to seeing the results of that if you have time to look on Saturday. Laura, have we got audio with you now? I think that was.
Yeah, I'm back. Can you hear me?
I can. Great to see you. Yes, wonderful.
Great.
And I think yes, you just posted, didn't you? In the channel, you've got a blog thing there for the Met Plus.
No, I just need somebody just to give it a once over. I just need to get one more image of the old look just to post in there. So I'm just trying to get that up on my machine.
Right. Fantastic. Thanks so much for that. Then we've got, now Matt, you were going to help Marufa set up an Adventure's email, but I think that probably she's become unavailable this week, so maybe I imagine that didn't happen.
Yeah, that's scheduled for next Tuesday.
Okay, so you've got it scheduled.
We got time in the calendar. Yeah.
Fantastic, excellent. So Federico, well, they're suggesting me to other podcasts. Let's get our own podcast out first.
I did
go on.
listen to 2/3 of a soft skills. What's it called? Soft skills.
Soft Skills podcast.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great podcast. Although it's all listeners' questions rather than guests.
Okay.
It's a great podcast. They make me laugh every time. They're just great. It's
Yeah, they're pretty funny.
yeah. I think greater than code is the one would be kind of a win for us. At the same time, there's so much we need to do in fixing up the site. But yeah, so I haven't managed to get to any of these. I continue to blog. Blandine and Lara, you've got a time that you're going to go through the Google Tag Manager or something?
No, sorry. The task here is that you need to set up an account.
Ah, right. There was an action item for me. Right.
To set up and then add us as managers or.
Right. Yeah, and I got to this page, and then right. So I need to create a Tag Manager account for Agile Ventures. Like this, is that right?
Yeah.
Does it matter who I'm logged in as here?
To whoever you want to be, that's fine. Just remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is going to be okay. Okay, I think I have already given Google my soul, so there's not much more they can take from me. So we lost Blandine there, and then okay, so we now have this, and I need to add you to admin user management. Okay,
yeah.
And
then you can use add factory.data. Fine, that's fine, yeah.
I assume I'm giving you the maximum things there. Okay, and presumably if now you're admin, you can add Blandine. And just can you tell me very briefly what this Tag Manager is going to enable us to do? No, is it just me or is Lara's audio going? Go on, Lara.
No, my audio is very bad. We've had such bad internet. It was to 14 because I was doing my IP addresses.
Right. Yes, I'm not getting Lara's audio. We might want to all just switch off our videos just to help boost Lara's audio. I've done it for you actually. Anyhow, maybe easier, Lara, just to pop a little text in yeah, we lost Lara there. So oh well. Let's go back. So anyway, hopefully that will unblock folks there. Yeah, there's this PWIC thing, which yeah, I'd like to play with that, Blandine. I haven't had a chance yet. We will see. And I think also we did have that session on Hootsuite from Lara. Big thanks to Lara for getting that done. So that's kind of a review of the outstanding action items. I think we've knocked a few of them off. We'll have to I'll have to go through afterwards and sort that out. Let's carry on going through here. So Matt, I guess you were just sort of asking about the status of the newsletter. I guess we've got something coming in from. So we've got something on Met Plus. I guess, were you writing something up on the design sprint?
Yes, I just started writing it, so I meant to have it yesterday, but I'll have it I'll post it in the Slack.
Great, excellent. Yeah, I mean, I've done some blogs as well, so feel free to draw from there if you need any more material. I guess there was the year of blogging thing, which is me. Do you remember other ones that people were thinking of doing, Matt?
I don't know. Federico might remember.
Well, I have a question because I noticed Lara's blog post about MetPlus, but if I'm not mistaken, she was tasked to write an article for the newsletter about MetPlus.
Right, and presumably the article can end up being a chunk out of that
Okay.
blog post, and then the article can link to the blog post.
Yeah, I think link to the blog post because it's quite long.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think definitely what we learned from the design sprint is kind of less is more when it comes to text. So we can probably go for maybe articles in the newsletter being, shorter, 1 or 2 sentences and linking to the material if people are interested.
It's still in draft, so as soon as I publish it, I'll send you the updated link.
Great. Wonderful. Was there? We're going to also have something on the RSpec mob. Or I guess that could be left for the next newsletter. Well done running the RSpec mob on Tuesday, by the way.
Oh, thanks. That was the one I thought we were talking about earlier. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. No. Yeah. Then focus on that. Yes. So I guess I think there's as long as we have three articles, that's fine. So maybe I will consider whether to do your blog.
I wonder.
Go on, Matt.
I wonder if Michael might be interested in writing about the design sprint. Yeah.
Yeah, you feel free to reach out to him. It looks like that's in process. I mean, I suspect we will be ending up, next week on, that final push towards. All right, the end of the month is coming.
Well, yeah, we're gonna try to. We already sort of scheduled for right after the next meeting.
Yeah. So that's right. On that note, so I will be available on Slack and email next week, but I'm doing a private, I'm doing a design sprint for a private client next week, so I'm not going to be available for the marketing meetings.
Will you be available to do the final edit of the newsletter?
Yes, I'll definitely be available.
All right, great.
Final edits
because your final edit is very valuable.
I'm very pleased to hear you say that.
Yes. And I'm not just saying that; it really is.
Well, flattery will get you everywhere. So that's fantastic. Okay, so Lara, I guess you're having trouble with the connection. Can we? Do you want to test your audio with us?
I'm back.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think we can hear you. And so the Google Tag Manager, that's going to allow us to manage tags.
Well, I know that Blenadine was experimenting with IP addresses.
Okay.
I actually couldn't remember what the task was.
I think she was looking at seeing if there's a way for us to exclude internal traffic from our statistics. Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know if Tag Manager was an option to try and solve that. Because IP addresses is quite hard to do. But I mean, I've only used Tag Manager on one site. I haven't looked into it or learned it, so it will be a total new learning experience.
Okay. Yep. Cool. Well, that's good to find out if that will be a useful tool. Excellent. Lara, did you have anything that you wanted to add to the agenda?
HubSpot.
Right.
And then the A/B testing for AdWords.
Right. All right. Great. Yes. So, and you're well done sorting out that session on Hootsuite. That's great.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Okay. So we've covered Matt's items there.
Well, actually,
go on, Matt. Something else?
Yeah, I just had one more item. I didn't know where to bring it up, but maybe it's kind of marketing related.
Go on.
I was going to see if you would be available if I scheduled I know you talk to groups sometimes. If I went to like the Ruby meetup, would you and gave a short talk about Agile Ventures, would you appear on the screen and?
That certainly could be done. Yes, either live or I could provide you a video.
Since it's just involving you and me.
Cool. Yeah, I think that's I was presenting to this Detroit boot camp yesterday, and very much so. So
okay.
Yeah, just contact me separately about that.
Okay, that's it.
Great. Yes. So Right, and so we're just going to nip down and do things. Federico is saying, like, make another person convince action on adding a line to the Sam welcome to inbox, just be sure to like us on Facebook at Facebook Adventures. Right, the thing there, and Facebook grants. So yeah, I mean, this is great. You know, the DM bot could well be revised and should be revised and should also be moved, I think, off Amazon Web Services, so we're not paying for it, and move somewhere. So what would be great, I think, would be to remove me as the bottleneck and maybe get this onto Azure, so then it could be updated as we wanted. Maybe it should just say this. I worry that what it currently says is too wordy. I sort of thought we might get to the point in the design sprint last week where we would be kind of assessing, what it said and how people came into the community, but we ended up focusing on a bit before that. So, yeah, I guess go on, Federico.
What do you think of the other idea, though, to give free access to one premium mob session?
Yeah, that's a really interesting idea, and that's particularly interesting because one of our premium members, who we allowed to attend a premium mob session on Tuesday with Matt, just upgraded, and so I think
right.
That's it's I think letting people sort of try before they buy with that could be very powerful. So yeah,
and it also gives a double benefit of the incentive to get over to Facebook and like us, and that will just compound when they see another post and then they like the post and their friends see it and then they're like, oh, what's Agile Ventures all about?
Sure. Well, I would say that I think the action line there is like, Sam, empower others to make changes to the welcome bot so that it can just be done. I mean, I could even just go ahead and like make that change, and we'll see. Yeah, but I gotta go and like get my brain back into like find where that is and sort it out.
Okay.
So, good suggestion. Anybody else? Any other thoughts on this or suggestions, or if not, related to the Facebook grants. Yeah, we found that thing. Is it a Facebook grant? I'm not sure. Has anybody looked further at that link? Yeah, go on.
Not extensively, but it looks like it's just in pilot right now. They're going to see how it goes for the first 5. And then, yeah. So, I mean, it's not like something we could immediately receive.
Well, we can't apply for it at the moment. So. Oh, it's a shame. Okay.
Yeah.
But is there not an application thing for this?
No, I think we could apply for it. Right now, we have to check our eligibility criteria and see if we actually meet the requirements.
Okay.
But and then I think we could apply. It might. Yeah. I'll look into it more. I didn't have a chance. Yeah.
No, that's fine. I think we kind of
All charities.
I think superficially we are. It looks like we would need to move on to have this. Is there like an actual? I mean, the interesting thing about what these Transform Foundation people are doing is not this one. I mean, this is like 500 grants to spend on Facebook advertising. Is what they've got this other kind of grant, which is like a website development grant, where they'll give you allegedly £18,000 but it's actually like with their particular partner, they're saying, right, if you qualify, you will work with Raising IT, and they will design your website, do SEO for you, and so on. But so rather than it being an £18,000 grant per se, it's like you'll become a kind of a pro bono client for this. This company that's focused on trying to do web and digital stuff for I think there's an apply now thing. So does your Facebook page have a minimum of 1,000 likes? How many likes does our Facebook page have?
141.
Okay. Well, so I think we've got a clear action there, haven't we? In terms of we need to do this before we can do this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So get 1,000 likes on our AV page. Okay. Right. And just for reference, so if we, how do we find our AV page in Facebook is this one. Have a look. Right. And we still have our right.
Yeah. Still the old one.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we've got. It would be nice to change this image, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, it is. How could they?
And not thinking particularly you necessarily, Lara, but I mean, part of it's just come out with an image that we like. But so change Facebook.
You can assign it to me. I'll get to it.
Okay. Cool. Lovely. All right. Okay. No, good ideas there, Federico. Anything else that we need to cover related to any of this? I'll take that as a no. Or
I think everyone loves the idea.
They do love the idea. Yeah, good stuff. Okay, I guess there's a kind of overlap. We talked about the podcast already. I think I kind of addressed some of these are things from last time. That's all. And the actions from the design sprint basically comes back to this A/B testing AdWords content. So that's that's related to that. So we'll just merge those. Oops. Oh dear. I guess that it's like I'll leave that for the end. But so yeah, let's go up here to Lara on HubSpot. Yes, the thoughts and feelings about HubSpot.
Whatever happened with that?
I think you created it, and I think I probably have access to it, and I think the next step would be actually using it to manage, like all of the people in the community. But it would basically, as I understand, we would need to do some sort of like data import. Like we would need to import like data about existing users into HubSpot. And then we would also need to set up so that, for example, when a new person signed up on the site, it would then connect to HubSpot. And those would all be great things to do. It's just a question of finding people who've got free time to do those things. So
how would we get the data of the existing?
Well, for example, Federico, you have access to the production server, don't you? Because I set you up so you could dump data for the newsletter.
And every month I update it to right before the newsletter goes out.
Right. So in principle, if you were taking a grab of that data, you could throw it into HubSpot as well, assuming that you had access to it. Did we work out if we? I'm not saying that you should necessarily do it. I'm just wondering if we've got.
Well, I could do it. I mean, I'm interested in all these products we use. Software.
Yeah, I don't know if we have a. Do you know, Lara, if we have some mechanism here for like having a team or do we have to share the
contact or to share with people to?
Well, I mean, for example, if we wanted Federico at adventures.org to have access to the HubSpot.
Go to settings on the left. Go left. Oh yeah, there. Yeah.
My profile users. There we go. We can add a user. And so, for example, but Matt and Blandine, if you're interested in this, then we can very easily make you accounts here.
Okay.
Is that how you spell your surname, Federico? Federico is muted, and I'm guessing we can change it later.
Sorry, I was talking. It's in the chat.
Yes, and I see that it's correct. So account. So this is you can create an account with no access. That doesn't. So I'm just going to try and give you. There you go. I think you're all right there.
Okay.
And okay. Good. Right. And yeah, Matt and Blandine, if you ping me if you want this, I'll do that afterwards. Okay. And
too, if you need me to. So I don't.
Sorry, say again, Matt.
And I can export data too.
Right. Yeah. I guess I'll just do a Matt. I mean, I guess so one of the things that I've done in the background is I've now created private premium channels for all of the individual premium members, and in principle, you know, that's sort of part of our management of the history of interaction with them. I mean, it would be lovely if that was kind of somehow accessible. Yeah, I mean, at the moment, you know, I'm kind of focused on things like, you know, I spent half an hour or so this morning, you know, talking to the one individual premium member who was thinking about the upgrade and talking about the pros and cons and suddenly identified a bug in the website and so on. And so usually, like, making a kind of a sale, like, will, for me, trump going and configuring things, if that makes any sense. I assume I've got the right around. Hopefully we'll get to the point where eventually there's so many people signed up that, you know, it'll be all automated, but yeah, okay. All right. There we go. So yes, do enjoy HubSpot, and yeah, I mean it's basically like kind of a Trello board. The way I'm seeing it is a Trello board for all of our different users and seeing, you know, where they are in the process of moving along through our pipeline, as it were, towards hopefully converting everybody to the place that gets maximum value for themselves. Anything else that we need to say on HubSpot at the moment, Lara?
No.
I guess we've got some action items generated there, which is for Federico and possibly others. Explore uploading user data to HubSpot.
Yeah. I mean, I know that there's like APIs that you can use and stuff like that. So. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing that makes me think of is that we start to get into a realm of you know, data security, in as much as, like, you know, once data's been uploaded, and you know, in a future, I imagine in a future marketing meeting, we would want to be like, sort of exploring and playing with the interface. But if we've got lots of our user data in there, then that's not appropriate for a public broadcast. I wonder if we should be thinking about moving the marketing to, you know, should it be a private thing that's, you know, like the NHS project, like accessible to premium members. Just, you know, it's kind of, I love the transparency, but at the same time, we've got to respect, you know, the privacy of people who are signing up for our site. So. Anyway.
Yeah, I think it's something we should consider for sure. I don't know how others feel about it, but especially if we do have a session like that. Now I don't know about transitioning the entire marketing meeting.
No, that's true actually. Maybe it would be, as you say, more sensible for, like, you know, if we had a HubSpot session, that we'd run that as a private event. Yeah. Okay. Well, others do jump in if you've got burning thoughts on those things. But otherwise, let's move on to this, you know, action from the design sprint. So we've got now, as we discussed in the community meeting on Monday, we've got this whyagileventures.org vanity site, as they're called, that redirects to the prototype that we created as part of the design sprint. That now, and for my sins, I've made it so I thought I made it so that when you mouse over, yeah, I think I'm going to change it back to click. It's a bit silly, but it's now this kind of walkthrough of the Agile Ventures journey. And so what we were talking about is, you know, having our ads that link to www.agileventures.org kind of be, doing 50-50 with y.agileVentures.org and then comparing the sign-up rates over the two. We've got this one. When you get down to the bottom, ultimately sign up now will take you into, well, if you're not logged in, it will take you to the sign-up page. Here I'm already logged in. But, yeah, does everybody understand the plan here?
So the understanding here, let me just think quickly. Do you want the ad to point to InVision?
No. Well, we want the ad to point to y dot. We want the if we imagine our
it's
ads.
like the redirect.
You think Google's not going to like the redirect? Okay. How will they know about the redirect? I guess.
I'll have to test it, but.
Okay. Right, but that's. I mean, yeah. We don't like it redirecting to InVision particularly. That was just we were thinking for that's the fastest way to get out. Do the test. But if we need to have the thing actually
Are you not going to break the trust of the person coming to the site?
Well, absolutely no. I mean, it's absolutely. We would much rather that they stayed on y.agileventures.org and not go to InVision. The only reason to do otherwise is just for the question of moving fast to validate. To try. We got very positive feedback from the individuals who interacted with this, and we wanted to quickly validate that with a larger sample. But yes, I mean, if we think that redirecting them from y.agileventures.org to products.invision.app is going to be detrimental to our brand, then maybe it's a price we don't want to pay, and we could do work to try and put the a version of this actually into why we've got there's a GitHub repo for this that's currently just doing the redirection. We could put image maps.
I would do that. I just think, you've taken all this time to get to this point, and now to just rush the last bit just to get going. I think rather spend a day or two just getting the Y Agile Ventures section up. Then
Well, it
then
might
run the test instead of losing the people.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Laura. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was just saying it might take as long as it took us to do the prototype to do it over again in image maps. At least it would take me a little while to.
Yeah, I mean, that's and then we've got the trade-off of the design sprint. The design sprint is all about doing the prototype in one day so that you can then test it very quickly. And yes, and it's again, it's this trade, the whole. It's very easy to create this prototype in you can do it super fast. You see me here just editing the switch from hover to click in InVision, and. Yeah, it's
can't export this.
No, they don't. I put in a feature request for them. They could themselves provide a vanity URL, and they said, "Oh yes, we'll add that to our." They may provide that at some point in the future.
We can test it. I mean,
it's. I think that the fear that we're having in the AV community meeting is that if there's a programming task in the way of doing this more serious test, then it's the kind of thing that gets put off and then dropped and doesn't happen at all. But I absolutely share your concern about the redirect and so on. It's not ideal. It's not what we would like.
Well, let's test it.
Yeah, I mean, have a play. I mean, I would also I think in principle, it wouldn't take me more than an hour or two to get this thing into the y.agileventures.org thing. It's just then having that hour or two when there's so many things that would just take an hour or two that need to be done. But anyway, I guess that independently of that, I mean, there's also within AdWords, Google talks about A/B testing, which is about testing 2 ads, but we're talking about content testing, right? Which is then provided by a slightly different functionality in Google AdWords. Did you want to talk more about, was there anything else for this?
No, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, the idea is that 50% of things would go to, wider adadventures.org, and 50% of them would go to www, and then we would be comparing sign-up rates from the 2 of them, and assuming that we saw that this one was higher, that would then mean that there was, we should very, very seriously consider what we'll probably do next is adjust the homepage of the whole Ad Adventures site so that it had much more of that journey feel than it currently does, where it just sort of talks about what Ad Adventures is and doesn't really provide a pathway call to action thing.
No, I like it. I like it a lot.
Okay, so I guess we've got the action item from that is, Lara experiments with Google AdWords. Will Google not like a redirect? And then Sam gets image maps into y.baby.org. Okay. I'm going to have some time on the train on Sunday evening, and maybe I can do it. Okay. So I think that's almost everything. I think that as people who read my latest blog draft, the thing that it was great to do the design sprint. There was also so many other areas to focus on. We are starting to get data now, Matt, about that change that we made now, so that when people, we can see here, like in the last month, there's been 12 clicks through for people on this page to upgrade premium for additional support, and they're landing here and they're getting this chunk of text, and we're then, we're seeing that, like, of the people who came in there, we've then had 5 people who've clicked through.
Oh.
On the get started with premium, but no one's actually paid the money. I feel like there's, one could do a whole design sprint thing on, like, what's the content here that, seals the deal, kind of thing.
Yeah. I don't want to get us into too big a conversation, but you mentioned changing the main page, but if we picked a couple of pages to put some more graphics on, and that's a bigger,
Yeah, well, we don't have to get into discussion of the specific changes that we would make. I mean, this was the thing that Ashley said that she was going to work on, and she's not been available. Yeah. Sorry, say again. Coming in.
Do we have a to-do?
Yeah, there's a ticket that Ashley has accepted to work on that, but that seems to be held up. I mean, I think what we really saw from the design sprint is that people respond well to, friendly images with small amounts of text. And, I think that makes me think that here, if, I don't know, as Michael said, we've got certain things in it that sort of fluff. If we could have, like 3 headlines for why this is valuable to you. This is exactly the point that Ashley was making. This is telling you these things, but it's not connecting with the person who's reading. Like, how is this helping me solve a problem that I have, right? And an image to kind of like make them feel more comfortable about reading the text. You know what I mean?
A video idea, but I know.
Well, and a video, and absolutely, video is great. Again, easier to make and edit a bit of text and a bit of image, and they can be tweets. But I don't want to. I'm very enthused. People want to make videos. Make videos. I love videos. But it comes back to this ultimate thing of we want to be, I think, repeatedly testing these things and seeing, if we put the stuff, we make the changes, is that affecting the click-through rates, the sign-up rates, and so on. So
Yeah, wasn't that rate better? The click through better with that than the.
I think what we're seeing here is there's like it used to be the case that people who
is or
well nothing's changed here, so I think we've probably got the same number of people clicking through here. What we were having is, of course, originally that when they clicked through here, they went straight onto this page, and everybody was clicking back. Having changed the order of the pages, it's not clear how we can compare the click-through rates there.
I thought the 5 clicks was better than before, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yes, I think maybe we've increased the number here. I mean, one could do a comparison in the thing. But of course, what we don't know is like necessarily where people are with this view, where they're arriving from. So, but you've got access to Google Analytics. One can do a comparison between 2 periods and look at that directly. Do you want to have a? Should I put that down as an action item for you, Matt, to compare?
Yes.
Yeah, let's have.
So I can be able to.
Yeah, you can do like you can choose 2 time frames and compare.
Okay.
Compare click-throughs on premium upgrade, premium get started with premium fund. It's getting the time to finish up. I guess I'll just put this out as a question. We can finish if people don't want to discuss it. The thing that I wonder is, you know, of the things that we have in this Agile Ventures premium bag, you know, maybe some of them actually need to be removed. There definitely a couple of people who seem to feel that, you know, priority pull review of pull requests is kind of insulting. That, you know, that someone should be asking for money to review your open source contribution earlier. And that kind of worries me. And do people feel like, at least just within the marketing team here, like we've got this set of things and we've got their descriptions below. Does everybody feel that they understand what each one of these things is? Does anybody have any questions about what each of these are? So everybody's comfortable with what these are. Does anybody have any strong thoughts on how they should change, if they need changing at all? Not so much on how they're worded. I think we agree that the wording could all be improved. But we've got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7 benefits potentially. Does anybody have any strong feelings about? Oh, it should be 3. Or, you know, there's something that it should be that's not in there that should be in there. Okay.
So you mean like the actual benefits?
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if, you know, like, rather than having this bag of 7 things here, that what we should have in here is like 3, like, they can still be like more benefits, right? Or you know, as people like Code School or whatever, and we find out we can get like a bonus thing. Sure, they can be added in the bottom, but kind of like at this point, you know, leading from the design sprint, I'm thinking like it's like this should be saying like a bit like uppercase says like, let's get that junior out of your title from junior developer, and so it's like you know, like here we get like a bit like we've done for the You Are Here. It's like, you know, hitting a wall on toy projects and tutorials, or what have you. I know, some kind of like thing there, and then it's saying like, you know, get support from an Agile Ventures mentor when you're stuck, and I don't know, be eligible to work on a paid project, and like it's like it, you know, goes in your resume, and kind of get 3 headlines out of here about how the premium membership helps explicitly with your, you know, whatever we've identified as the kind of the key thing that is important to Agile Ventures members. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it does. I'm just not so sure how to put it on there with just pure text.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess what I should do is, rather than wasting more time, is I should make some mock-ups of what I'm thinking about and then show them to you to get some feedback. I mean, I guess the kind of thing that I'm thinking is, you know, is maybe like de-emphasizing this, you know, priority code review from here and bringing the thing that would, like the Premium Mob has this, you know, professional development support component to it. And I'm thinking, right, maybe should that be moved into the premium level? I'm also thinking, go on, Laura.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think by doing your sketches, I think just to see from
See
there,
the alternatives.
might help the decision.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm also thinking of doing a survey. This is one of the things that Zhao was suggesting, of the existing premium members, like doing an anonymous survey where they can add their email if they want, and do like a survey of, like, you know, which of the current benefits are most valuable to you, what's not there that you would like, and so on, and try and get some data to help support what should be the set of things that goes into here. So I'm going to put that as an action item for me. Which is Sam, do survey and mock-ups for premium members. All right. Has anybody got anything else that we need to discuss or cover?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Can you just add another to-do for me?
Sure.
To check the meetup, and I just realized they're from 6 to 8 my time. Is that the middle of the night?
That's my 11 p.m. to 12 a.m. I can record what I did for Sigu the previous time is I can record a video.
Oh, okay.
You know, and mention the specific name of the meetup, so it's clear it's like being, you know, made for you guys.
Okay, that's fine. So just leave that to check the meetup so I don't forget to.
Yeah. Okay. Great. All right. Thanks so much, guys. Thanks for listening to my little waffly thing there at the end. Really appreciate the input. I'll try and get that more formalized and bring it back to you in a couple of weeks. Yeah. I'll see you all around in other bits and pieces. Apologies for not being available for the marketing meetings next week, but as I'll be available on Slack and email. And I'll see you all soon.
Ciao.
Bye.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Thanks, Sam.
Take care.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.